Hello everyone, and welcome back to Witcher Wednesdays. In the game, I'm now at the point where I can leave White Orchard, and before I'm trying to do that, I've been attempting to clear all the places of interest on the map, so all of the little question marks. However, as with all RPGs, you don't just go to a place, do a thing, and then that's done, nothing happens on the way. No, I've been getting into fights, finding side locations and stuff, just unmarked places which don't hold significant interest, but which are enough to slow me down, be it just because they look interesting, or if they've got a little bit of loot at them. I've also ended up picking up side quests here and there, just because that always happens. I actually did one just now before I jumped on to record this, because I was trying not to do any side quests. I was trying just to get to the locations, clear those, get all the question marks off my map. But side quests started popping up, and I just had to get involved with them. You can't leave them alone. Progress-wise, though, I've got myself some better gear. I don't know if I had the flaming sword thingy I've got now. Well, I say flaming sword, that makes it sound cooler than it is. It's a sword which has a small chance to ignite enemies, which is still pretty cool. I've only seen it happen a couple of times so far, but it's nice just being able to go chop, chop, and then they burst into flames, and yeah, that's fun. I also have had my first death, which was totally through some awesome fight to the closest thing that looked epic, and no. As will surprise probably none of you, it was by jumping off a cliff. I don't tend to die a lot in most games, but when I do, it often just is by doing something so stupid. It makes it quite annoying at times, but fortunately the game saves fairly regularly, not constantly, but regularly enough that I didn't feel like I was having to redo everything that I'd just done. Which was quite nice. Especially seeing as the theme of this episode, which I want to talk about, is the problem of time. And I'm going to keep it quite concise and to the point of just not having enough time. Because I'm recording this on a Monday. It's currently 25 minutes past 1 on Monday. And I've already recorded a Skyrim video this morning, and after I've edited this and done the long process of that, I'll be recording another Skyrim or an episode of a One Gun Run afterwards, because I need to record tons of videos. I feel the need to, at least. Yesterday I was about to say a complete day off, almost a complete day off. I did some post-production stuff and some making thumbnails in the morning, but after that I spent time with friends. And kind of as a half joke, we spoke about last time we'd seen each other, which was about a year ago, maybe 6 months or so, and I jokingly said at the end of the day, "Oh yeah, see you next year." And one of my friends did say, he's not joking. And to an extent he's right, because I now spend pretty much all of my time working. I'm either at my job, which is what pays my bills and is what I have to go to just survive, or I'm working on videos. And I told him as well, when a friend of mine was organising the whole meetup, that I only was able to come along because I'd rushed my most recent Skyrim build, the Smuggler. I had to rush the edit on that, just so I was able to hang out with my friends for 4 or 5 hours. And the rest of the time, it is just a case of I'm working. I'm asleep, I'm eating, or I'm working. That's my entire life at the moment. And the problem is just not having enough time. I don't have a lot of free time. These Witcher Wednesdays episodes, I've played the game for a bit over 4 hours now, less than 5 hours for certain. And this is episode 3. So as you can tell, it's averaging out at a little over an hour per episode of me actually playing the game. And people have hundreds upon hundreds of hours in this game and haven't even completed like the main story. So either this series is going to be maybe 1,000 episodes long and I'll eventually get to the end, or I'll inevitably just stop at some point when I feel like I've had enough of the game, got a good enough experience out of it. But because I don't have a lot of time, there's not much I can dedicate to playing the game. Especially seeing as this is a series which doesn't get a lot of views or anything like that. I can put the time into Skyrim builds, and the Skyrim series to some extent, because they get views, which translates to some small amount of money. which obviously is kind of what I'm after with making the videos. I'm not going to be like, oh no, I'm making them purely for fun. To an extent, there is a financial incentive for it. I wouldn't be making videos at the same rate I do if I didn't make money out of them. I wouldn't be able to. Instead, I have to prioritise making videos that I'll make something back from. I can't afford to just let myself make videos purely for fun. Instead, I have to think, is this going to grow the channel? Is it going to give me some money back? Is it going to actually be viewed fairly favourably? I have to consider all of these things before I decide to work on a video or a series. And at the moment, this particular series, Witcher Wednesdays, is much more of just a fun project for me. I'm allowing myself to do it because I'm viewing it more as practice for a different style of video. It's a way I can practice my new editing software, learn some new stuff in that, and do the whole not live commentary but not reading off a script. For these videos, I just have a few bullet points, and then I speak freely. And I'm hoping as the episodes progress, I'll sound more like I actually know what I'm doing, and won't be quite as much of an idiot when I talk going, which will be a lot of what you'll hear for now. But as it is, I've forgotten what I was talking about, which is very helpful and really hammers home the point that I have not been doing this too long. So give me a second and I'll gather my thoughts. So the point I had been talking about before I derailed myself horribly was the problem of not having enough time. And I'm sure it's something we all encounter. I can sort of remember a time when I was younger when I wanted to be able to zoom through time nice and quickly because I was waiting to reach a certain age. But now, no, I want time to be nice and slow for me. I want to have enough time to do all the things I want to. But I never do. And I know that I never will. I could live to be 1,000, and I would not have enough time. It's just a sad reality of life. One of those harsh truths that you have to end up accepting, that you're never going to have enough time to do everything you want. You have to make sacrifices here and there. Unless you're the richest person in the world, you're going to have to spend time working. You're going to have to build up your own money. And you'll also have likely social commitments or like just spending time with family, education that will eat up a whole bunch of years, and these are all valuable things to an extent, but they all eat up time. And I'm assuming pretty much everyone watching this plays video games, and they eat up a lot of time. We enjoy them, and most of the time we aren't thinking, oh, why am I spending so much time on this game? I could be doing so much other stuff that I'd enjoy more. For the most part, we enjoy playing video games. The time I spent in The Witcher before recording this has probably been the highlight of my day, which is good to say. Going into that, it felt like a good thing. After saying it, I was just like, oh, this is the highlight of my day, is it? Oh, that's not good. But no, I've enjoyed the time in that. And video gaming, despite eating up a lot of time, is rewarding, and it's fun. And there's no point thinking, oh, I just need to maximise my time constantly if you're never going to have any fun. That's one of the other reasons why I hang out with my friends, because I want to still be able to enjoy life from time to time. I don't want to just be BADCompanySarge the YouTuber. I want to be an actual person who sometimes enjoys themselves, rather than just being on the daily grind of it all. However, I think I'm going to have to stop myself there, because I could just go on for hours and hours and hours into so many different tangents. I could talk about time travel if you want. I loved time travel when I was younger. I looked into how to time travel and stuff, and you can kind of do it. And look, I should stop. I'm stopping now. I'm stopping because me saying I'm not going to go onto a tangent and talking about the things I've gone to tangent to will just make me go onto a tangent. However, I haven't talked about The Witcher quite as much as I'd like to this episode, but I've just been doing some side bits and bobs. So there's not too much for me to talk about precisely. I've only been able to do side bits and bobs because I just haven't had time. Sad realities of life and all that. If you did enjoy this video though, do give it a like. Feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments. I'm sure with all of my ramblings there's plenty to discuss, and plenty for you to just think about for a bit. Which I think this series is going to end up taking that kind of route a fair amount of the time. Just more food for thought than anything else. As always though, thanks for watching. Sarge out.